So let's do this. Choose your skin color. This is gonna be like South Park's Stick of Truth. Go with that. Why are we? I was gonna say yeah. I think it's you have to pay $8 to get other skin tones. So if you want a darker, you have to pay more. That's too light of a skin color for most. Your teacher Yaga, or should I say Principal Yaga? To what do I owe the honor of this visit? Congratulations on the promotion, by the way. He stepped into your clan conditional house. His opposing figure cast long shadows in the tossly mats. He moves with the purposeful stride of someone accustomed to command. His eyes scan the room with a mixture of curiosity and respect. Thank you. Congratulations on being head of the Hat Clan. He nodded and motioned to sit in front of you. He joins you at the low wooden table. His posture stiff. I think there's a name for that table. One of your attendants began to pour tea, the fragrant stem curling into the air. The others stand by the corner, ready for your orders. You're a difficult person to find now. Good. You take a sip of the tea while his eyes bore into you. A tense silence stretches. He then takes a deep breath. I want you to mentor Gojo Satoru. Wait, I'm older? Technically he's born 1989? He's older than me. We yeah. Technically it's 2018 when this is. I don't know. Your hand stops midair. The room falls silent. Again, as the tenant's eyes widen, darting nervously between you and the principal. You wave a hand dismissively. Leave us. The tenant bow deeply before scrumming out of the room. You turn your eyes back to the principal, your expression hardening. Why does he need a mentor? He's the strongest. He puts his hands up. Before you refuse, please hear me out. I told you before, I'm not going back. The curses are getting stronger. The 5th-year teacher responsible for the curse technique training was killed last Friday during a mission. The principal's face remains impressive as he delivers the news. Impassive words. That's what you had always hated about the Jujutsu world. They're so desensitized to death. Pretty sure that's anywhere anymore. You're inclining your head slightly, acknowledging the loss. My condolence, but as the head of this clan, I also have my responsibilities here. Find someone else. There is no one else. You're the only one that can teach him what he needs. He's too powerful. None of us could help him improve. He sighed. It would be a lie to say that you weren't curious about the strongest sorcerer of this generation. You heard the stories about him, his incredible feats and unparallelable power. But as impressive as they are, they're not enough to make you leave the life you built here. And how would that benefit me? The school will pay you well. I have enough money. You simply wish to be left alone and left in peace. Focus on the clan's growth. Train your people and tend to the garden. Your hands are already filled with managing the daily affairs and evading the persistent advances of the Zenin clan. If you read my mind, the principal continues. The Zenin clan has been barring you again. hasn't it? You know they won't stop. They want the 10 shadows to stay within their ranks. The Gojo clan said they would offer their support if you accept. That piqued your interest. The Maya Gojo clan never wanted anything to do with the less powerful families like yours. Having a good relationship with one of the big three would be a benefit to your people. They must be desperate. They want Gojo to be the best he can be. The higher ups as well. You chuckle as you sip your tea. So that he can be a better weapon for them? And you? What's your interest in all of this? He seems taken back by the question, his large hands carrying the teacup gently. I just want him to find his way. And why do you think I'm the right person for that? I left the Jujutsu world. Jujutsu world. I'm not a traditionalist, and my teaching methods are far from orthodox. I won't be the best influence. I think his teaching techniques aren't going to be orthodox either. Perhaps. But I'm willing to take the risk. Gojo looks around the empty classroom. It's only him and Shoko left. His gaze stops at the place where Satoru used to sit. It has been 3 years since his chest tightens for a moment, but he pushes the emotion away, burying it deep within, alongside so many others. It's almost second nature now. This numbling of feelings. Placed back his chair, bouncing effortlessly on the 2 back legs and the left outgrown. She's taking forever. Wait, do you know who the new teacher is? Gojo had heard some rumors, especially about how Principal Yaga went far away to recruit her on the higher-ups' behalf. Not really. Probably someone weak. I won't warn if you knew anyway. The new teacher will probably try to control him like all others. He just ignores her, and he'll just ignore her and train by himself. Suddenly, the hairs in the back of the neck rise. He strains the chair legs crumbling to the ground. His sense sharpened as a massive amount of curse energy approaches. He's changed a glance with Shoko, who looks surprisingly but not nearly as alarmed as he is. Of course she wouldn't be. First, because she's Shoko. And second, only his 6 eyes can sense the true magnitude of the approaching curse energy. It's almost on his level. The door slides open, then jump thud, and the woman steps into the room. Gojo's heart skips a beat as the room seems to vibrate with her presence. She's younger than he had pictured, their new teacher. Good morning, class. Her voice is calm and assertive, but with a slight sharpness, hinting at a suppressed attention. Gojo barely catches her name well if she introduces herself. Since overwhelmed by the powerful aura she carries. I'll be your teacher this year. Nice to meet you. She pauses such a significant curse energy. Perhaps this year won't be so bad. Gojo quickly reins himself in, suppressing the flicker of hope that starts to swell in his chest and pushes it down. Emotions aren't dangerous enough. Emotions concerning someone else are even worse. Personal Yadaga had briefed me on your curse techniques and energy levels. How However, I like to see for myself so I could have a better understanding and how I could help you in your final year. So let's go to the training ground. Follow me, please. We let Shaka walk ahead with the new teacher, their boy trying behind. I wish she wasn't immediately tried to cozy up to him under the disguise of familiarity, aiming to manipulate him with him later a tactic far too many have attempted over his ears at Jujutsu High. Maybe. He shakes his head, empty his mind, before he can even form another thought. Your eyes pursue the training ground. Okay. Your eyes pursued the training ground. It hasn't been long since you were here for your own training, yet it feels like a lifetime ago. You can't afford to get lost in memories now that you need to focus. Being overly formal isn't your strong suit, but it is expected of a teacher in Jujutsu High. Yaga mentioned that the higher ups agreed to have you here, but you need to maintain at least a resemblance of formality to avoid trouble to keep the school's reputation intact. Those old farts, it wasn't for the deal with the Gojo client family. Can you leave me here? Gojo leans in, invading your personal space. You can clearly see his blue eyes behind his dark glasses from this close. It's like there are small galaxies swirling inside of them. Are you a special grade sorcerer? Isn't your curse? What's your curse, Tanik? From this proximity, his curse energy feels almost overpowering. Yet, instead of stepping back, you lean in closer, catching the slight widening of his eyes in surprise as your energies collide with and press against each other. I'll show you in a second. You step back to make a signal with your hands. Domain expansion. Veil of shadows. Gojo and Shoko's eyes widen and shadows expanded from your feet, enveloping everything enveloping everything around you in a large black dome. Relax, this is a non-lethal domain. Kagen. A giant peacock materializes from your shadow. It materializes with a shimmering into the space sentence. As it unfurls its in straight back feathers, the shadow around you simmer and dissolve, transforming the domain into a vast expansion of changing ground. The vibrant colors in the peacock's feathers reflect in your student's eyes, signaling that the Shikigami power is now in full effect. We have 10 shadows to make. Are you a Zenin? You mentioned that surname makes you want to spit on the ground. No, my mom left the clan before having me. Before you can ask any more personal questions, you motion to the peacock by your side. You motion for the peacock by your side. This is coming. It poses an illusion on my domain. Whatever happens here will not happen in real life, but you will feel everything as if it were real. So you can use as much of your power as you like. The outside world will not be affected. If you destroy my Shikigami, kill me or get killed in this state, we will not die. But you'll improve mentally and develop muscle memory as a result. Those eyes sparkle with excitement. It's the perfect training ground. He nodded with a smile. Exactly. Now I'm going to separate you into two groups. Principal Yago told me you're especially in healing with reverse curse technique. So I'll test you how much you can do and how fast. Please follow my clone. I'll assure you she's just as competent as me. Shoko blinks and there you appears by her side with her shadow. Smiling, she follows your clone to another part of the domain. What about me? His voice carries an edge of impatience, as though irritated he is at the center of attention. You can't quite tell him if he's joking. Because it's something hard to recall that this 20-year-old who could easily pass for a fashion model is reputed to be the strongest sorcerer of his generation. Wait, 20? I thought he was a teenager. Okay. He's in Jujutsu high still. Did you go and drop down a couple grades? You're supposed to be a Jujutsu sorcerer by now. As you, Gojo, I want you to show me everything you got. You do know I'm the strongest, right? Can you domain handle it? This is the arrogance you heard so much about. Why don't you try me? You focus on your Shikama's rise from the ground, taking form with a fluid grace. With the illusion already effect, there's no need for hand signs. Some of these Shikama's are unique aggravations, the result of merging with others you lost during previous missions at Juzai, and your brief career as a sorcerer. Gojo is fixed on the large white dog by your side, the result of one of those merges. Where's the other dog? You guys start with 2, right? Your eyebrows raise in surprise. He knows his stuff. The black one was killed accidentally by Zenin's clan when they tried to kidnap me as a child. They didn't try again. Oh. Enough talking, let's start. You send off your Shigami at him at once. Seamlessly, you create a clone of yourself while you slip into the shadow of Kamri. So, basically we are the opposite of, I can't remember. Or his, actually got it. My brain's farting. Me. Yeah. Or his white one survived and the black one died. What's the other way? I don't know. You have to watch it again. You emerge from the top of the cliff and analyze Gojo's movement as he fights. The Shikami can hit him due to his infamy, and Gojo dismounts them one by one. As you imagine, he already has a formidable strength. But he's still holding back. He's not feeling frightened enough to go all out. You have to shake things up. In a real fight, you need a cursed tool or a Shikami that could dispute his infamy. But you're in your domain. And here, whatever you say is law. You appear right behind Gojo and whisper. He's still holding back. When he turns around, you slip into the shadows and appear in front of him. Your cone dissolves to the ground, while the Shikigami, all back again, circles you both, waiting for your command. Gojo shrugs, a smug smile on his lips. What can I say? I'm a gentleman at heart. I can't bear to hurt you. Even an illusion. You hum thoughtfully, accompanying his struggle, the smug demeanor. This is a game to him. He probably believes there's nothing you could teach him. I lost count of how many times I died in this domain without training. It's not a pleasant experience. Gojo narrows his eyes at the low tone of your voice, his gaze sharpening as he matches your intensity. So I suggest you use your full power if you don't want to experience it firsthand. His wrath runs out, full of concomitant arrogance. Oh, and you're sure gonna can't even touch me, teacher. Can I try? Sure. Here's his hand. You try not to smile as you walk forward. You feel your proper and professional teacher fangame slipping. You and Kagane are connected by your mind, so you only have to think a request for it to shape the illusion in any way you want. You reach out, intertwine your fingers with his. His eyes widen as your skins brush against each other. What? You don't have a throw anymore. He tries to pull your hand back, pull tightly, sinking your nails into his skin, and smiles wide. The white dog appeared behind him and tears a deep gash throughout his torso, likely hitting some special organs. He chokes and jumps back, crouching aside. He glares at you, his expression shifting from surprise, confusion, anger, and even a bit of awe. You watch his blood drips to the ground. Now heal yourself with reverse curse technique. Gojo grits his teeth. You cheated. Maybe, but you learn from it and be able to use this ability better when you really need it. He groans in pain. Still not obeying. You sigh. Seems like he doesn't like following orders. If he refuses to improve due to his ego, this whole mentorship will be a disaster. Look, I know you're probably probably think no one can teach you anything because you're the strongest. Now, do you want to be right or do you want to improve? It doesn't matter to me anyway. The choice is yours. He stares at you for a long moment before he lips twitch in a pained smile. He elbows forward as he focuses. Bit by bit, his body regenerates. It's slow, but it's a process. You smile loudly when he finally completes it. You feel the same sense of pride you can get when people from your clan master a new ability you taught them. Gojo's breathing hard, his face flustered as if he was about to puke. Good job. Your shakugan began to close the circle around him. Now let's start again. You can have your infinite back, but I'll turn it off randomly to distribute it, so you better pay attention. He chuckles and takes off the glasses, his eyes shining. For a brief second, it feels like time stopped. I like how I did it even on the animation. Bring it on, teacher. The fight begins. Gojo now has his own ability to use his ability to the fullest, and you're awe how much power he actually wields. Your movements are poor as you dodge, parry, and strike. Shadows twist and roll around you. Your Shigami moving with deadly precision. Gojo retaliates with a curse technique, training ground into a decayed-out dance of light and shadow, each of you pursuing her to new heights. Is that all you got? Fine, you asked for it. He speaks an incantation, and suddenly a blind purple light floods the area. Purple hollow, right? Your body tingles with the surge of energy, and you barely dodge the attack. The ground where you stood moments before is scratched and cracked. Your skin is red, burned, wrapped, excoriated, and you heal yourself. That's more like it. The battle rages on, leaving you both breathless despite the exhaustion. You find yourself grinning. And off the corner of your eye, you notice Gojo grin as well. The challenge is clearly bringing him so much joy, as is you. the higher up saw this interaction, they'll probably criticize you for not behaving like a proper teacher. But I don't think you could care less. I knew exactly what they were getting when they brought you on board. It's been ages since you had a fight this nerve-wracking. This job might actually be fun. Okay, I need to get some water. It's kind of hard because I had an asthma attack this morning. A while ago. Yeah, this morning. The Pitok Shinigami takes the ground, causing the teacher to stop in her tracks. Gojo nearly crashes into her with full force. Class is over. She almost sounds disappointed. He recognizes a similar tinge of disappointment stirring within himself. The domain dissipates, melting back into the shadows from which it came. Late afternoon sun spills over him, making him squirt against the sun brightness. Hours had slipped by unnoticed. Shoko remains in the same spot where the teacher first cast the domain. She looks around, her hands stretched out as if she was healing someone. That's trippy. Gojo puts his hands back. He glaze distant. He feels strange. Almost warmth courses through his entire body. What is this sensation? It's almost reminiscent of the Etherakai he experienced when he fought. Touching and truly understand his curse energy works. But there's something else. How can you do this for so long? Like I said, this is a non-lethal domain. It costs a little to curse energy. Thank you for your hard work today. I look forward to working with you on you this year. Let's do our best. She has a slight bow, her demeanor returning to a more formal tone. Gojo bows back automatically, but his mind is soaring of a whirlwind of emotions. His thoughts are erased from memories of Gojo to Riko and the others they have lost. The heightened sense of isolation bears down on him. What did she do to him? All the emotions he usually keeps buried are bubbling to the surface, calling to break free. And one of them is starting to become more prominent now. The more he looks at her, it makes his body heat up in the point of boiling. Do you have any questions? Riko shakes her head. Gojo remains impressive. His eyes glued to the teacher. Like a broken cassette, his mind keeps replaying the exact moment when her hand brushed against his. When was the last time someone touched him like that? And why does it seem so abhorrent now? Gojo, you okay? He freshes her words, snapping back to reality. Yeah, cool, totally cool. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow then. Gojo stares at her and walks away. Thankfully, he's wearing dark sunglasses so no one can see where his eyes are glittering. He licks his dry lips, staying in her domain for so long messed him up. That's be it. You might want to go somewhere and take care of that. He looks at her. She points at Okay. She points at him and then grabs a cigarette. It's pretty obvious. I don't know how the teacher didn't say it because I'm looking at his eyes. It's dead. Gojo puts his hand over her. So why were you working there, you pervert? You're acting weird, so I just searched your body for anything in this and saw it. She takes a drag of her cigarette and smells it. She exhales, the smoke curling into the air. You're lucky the teacher didn't see it. That's that thing. It's just a physical reaction. She cackles, clearly amused. If you say so. He rolls his eyes. As it is just a physical reaction. Like it from all of the energy he's expanded. It won't happen again. It's not like the spirits will completely change his mental and physical state or anything. He glances at the new teacher again. Nihal. You're still staring. I am not. You storm towards the training grounds, your mood darkening with every step. You've just been castrated by the higher-ups for being overly familiar with Gojo and Irene. It seems... Okay, I can't retard now. It seems someone must have reported your casual demanded snitches. Barely a week into your teaching role, and trouble has already found you fantastic. This is exactly why I left these old higher-ups and their arcanic roles. You hate them too. His voice haunts you in your tracks. You turn to find Gojo, casually leaning against a wall, a presence you haven't noticed before. And how did he manage to hear what you muttered under your breath? It's alright, I won't tell you to tell. His face is slightly flushed, perhaps a lingering effect of today's rigorous training. Ever since first class, Gojo has kept his distance, disappearing immediately after sessions. Who knows where? I didn't figure where he's going, but... While you would like to discuss his daily performance as you do with wearing. Yeah, check out Jin's. Not sponsored, but check out Jin's. They have Jujutsu Kaisen glasses. These are amazing. When you would like to discuss his performance as you did with her, respect his need from space. The primary goal is to enhance his skills, and despite his aloofness, he's been proving. I have an idea for training. He pauses, eyeing you, as if to read your willingness to listen. You offer him a green smile. I'm all ears. A visible change washed over him, a demure, lions, and a playful grin spreads across his face. And you're not from around here, right? I found a new candy shop recently. They have a lot of different candies, traditional ones too. Got me on the sweets part. I know you like sweets himself, so. His ongoing ramble, like a dam unleashed, brings a shift in the atmosphere. There's a subtle change in your mentor-student relationship. Ironically, something that might have made you that might make you appreciate the higher-ups. Just a little. So when you want to teleport long distance, it's same principle of movement. You should feel your curse energy at the top of your stomach, pulling you forward. Gojo stares at you for a long moment. Huh? You stiff a sigh. Having explained this 3 times already. He's not paying attention, that's why. He's been unusually absent-minded lately, and you can't help but wonder if a number of missions he's undertaking is taking a toll on him. He pokes at his stomach, his expression puzzled. Where? I don't get it. You walk up to him, and he instinctively strains, pushing his shoulders back and standing tall. Yes. You touch his stomach gently, moving the warp of his skin against your fingers. Right here. He stares at you, his gaze intense and unwavering. You tilt your head, meeting his eyes. Do you understand now? Jojo's voice is briefly when he answers. Yeah. Good, try it again. You face him and make your way over to check out Shoko. A few more weeks have passed since you started teaching the two. Gojo Clan has upheld their promise, providing support to your clan while you are away, ensuring Zen in and doesn't attempt any tricks. You should already be devising business strategies to present them. But you're surprised. Your role as a teacher has consumed most of your time. Incidentally, you thought coming back to do some world would be a pain in the butt. But Gojo and Uri have proven it to be exceptional students. You find yourself enjoying the challenge of devising varied training sessions for them, and the thrill of watching them improve day by day. How are you doing? You ask, watching as she whips a hand over her sweaty forehead. A wounded person lies in front of her. Even though you know they're not real, you try not to look at them too much. The illusion is too unsettling. I'm fine, teacher. You don't need to worry about me. Your puppy needs your attention. He grips at her teasing tone. She isn't the only one who observed the recent bond forming between you and Gojo. In the teacher's office, some staff approached you to ask how you managed to make Gojo such a teacher's pet. But you haven't done anything special. You treat him the same as you do the students in your clan. All you know is that something changed when you were scolded by the higher-ups. Perhaps Gojo sensed a kinship with you, recognized a shared disband for the higher-ups' scrutiny. Since then, he started to really reach out. He still vanishes after class, but now he returns to bombard you with questions, proposes new training ideas, and just chat. Sometimes it seems he doesn't even realize that what he's doing. He just shows up and starts talking, unable to stop himself. As a mentor, you listen, and occasionally you join in. Both of you venting about the Jujutsu world's absurd, outdated traditions. He's not my puppy. A kitten then. Teacher, I did it! Gojo's voice cuts through your thoughts as he returns towards you. His face alight with excitement. He had a trail. It'd definitely be wagging right now. If he had a tail, it'd definitely be wagging right now. Koko gives you a knowing look. One eyebrow raised in amusement, and she wins this time. Can I show you? Go ahead. Before you can wrap, Gojo wraps an arm around your wrist, and you stiff a surprise, not expecting this level of physical contact. He teleports. You cringe to him as a reflex. Your arms instantly wrap around his torso. The sensation of teleportation is strange, discerning. You blink and look around, find yourself on the other side of the domain. Yes, you did it. When he does it again and again, each time you find yourself clinging tighter as your vision swirls. He finally stops. at the top of the cliff. See? I nailed it. Tell me, I'm not the greatest student you ever had. He turns to you, triumphantly smile, tying up his flushed face. From exertion, you blink slowly, adjusting to the sudden stillness. I think. Your voice trails off as you realize how close his face is to yours. For a fleeting moment, time seemed to stand still. You became intensely aware of the firmness of his muscles underneath his uniform, the warmth from his body, seeping through the fabric, engulfing you in his embrace. Even during all the training together, you had never had this much skin contact with him. His expression changes as he seems to realize this as well. A faint blush appears in his cheeks. You close your throat, clear your throat, and step away from him. Congratulations, congrats, Jojo. Congrats, Gojo. You're progressing super fast. I'm proud. Of course. What do you take me for? You roll your eyes. You smile, tugging at your lips. Even his arrogance has a certain charm that's starting to grow on you. He scratches the back of his neck. A rare, shy grin spreading across his face. But thanks. It's all because of you, teacher. It'll take me longer to master this by myself. Your face heats up, and you can sense the tangled shift in the atmosphere. But this time, there's a new tension, a almost powerful electricity that froze right there. It's as if you were seeing Gojo in high definition for the first time, suddenly hyper aware of his presence in a way you haven't before. You don't know what to do with this new perception you have of him. So you pour out the first thing that comes to your mind. I bet I could get back to the read first. Gojo's grin turns mischievous and challenging. You're on. I hope you're ready to lose. Calling upon you create a series of obstacles in front of him. Using a playful salute, you slip into a shadow. See you. Hey, no fair. Where's the referee when we need one? Inside the covering darkness, you place a hand over your heart, feeling it proudly wrapping it rapidly against your chest. Summer arrives. The air is thick with humidity, and the cicadas sing their relentless chorus from the trees. Trying to find I'm not gonna swing. The oppressive heat creates a simmering gaze that deserts the distant horizon. Erin has a different class today, so to prepare for med school, leaving only you and Gojo for today's training. You stop by a vending machine, seeking refuge from the relentless heat. Gojo waits nearby, tugging at his uniform, sweat bristling from his skin, making his white hair stick to the nape of his neck, or once again vanish. Right after class. You pry your regrets away, focusing on the selection of the drinks. Ever since the day you mastered teleportation, you found yourself incredibly aware of him. You always knew he was handsome, but not everything he does seems to highlight his attractiveness, drawing your eyes up to him almost magnetically. It's always worse after training. His energy you expand awakens the primal hunger within you. I'm just hunger for talkies. Or eat talkies. That's what I'm craving for. A burning desire. From through your veins for Takis. Making you you couldn't aware of every movement, every glance for Takis. You're craving. It's a craving that wants Takis. Almost needs Takis. With an intensity that almost impossible to hide. It's like a can of melon soda. Ooh, that sounds good. And head it to him. And just one? How stingy. I worked so hard today. He forgets for it playfully, your finger connecting with his skin. Most of the time, when you're not training, he allows you to pass through his infinity. Be grateful, you brat. Thank you for my favorite, amazing, gorgeous teacher. He bats his eyelashes at you, making you grin wide. That's better. You're about to open your can when Gojo stops you. Oh, let me. Wait. He opens the can with his powers, and the liquid bursts forth. Instantly, you shut your eyes, racing for the splash. But nothing happens. You casually open your eyes to find the liquid dripping down a visible barrier, encircling not just him, but both of you. The liquid then reverse, pulling neatly back into the can. Gojo hands the can back to you with a triumphant grin. Don't worry, teacher. Nothing will get to you while I'm around. You let out a relieved breath and shake your head, a smile still lingering on your lips. It always does when you're near him. Show off. Thanks, Gojo. He leans in closer and whispers, saying a flutter through your stomach. You could call me Satoru, teacher. When we're already close enough, don't you think? You let out a soft chuckle, the tension mingling with your amusement. The higher-ups would have my head if they heard that. You know their rules. Technically, I shouldn't even be here sharing this moment with you. They don't need to know. And risk my job? Do you really want that on your conscience? He leans back and huffs dramatically, but doesn't press the matter. Honestly, calling him by the first name might make things a bit too cozy and cross some lines. It could definitely get you fired, and you're not even sure how Gojo would take it. He'd probably just see you as his teacher, nothing more. And given his attractiveness and the way people seem to be drawn to him, it's difficult to picture him as a single. You stand near each other, lingering against the wall, watching the training grounds as another class arrives, ready to start their own session. Barely a minute passes before Gojo starts talking again. Teacher, I've been thinking. You smile as you slip from your drink. Here you go. He's always talking about after training. Can't help but wonder if its assertion affects him the same way as it affects you. Instead of the searing need that courses through your veins, it promotes him to open it up and share his thoughts. The two of you could completely change the Jujutsu world. Wow. Completely both of us could change it. I don't know yet, but I think we can do it. You laugh softly, as naivety, the sound carrying a mix of amusement and sadness. It'll take much more than the two of us, Gojo. This world is deeply corrupted. That's why I left. There's no future for here other than the death. The thought hangs on the tip of your tongue. We held it back. Voicing it would make you seem like a hypocrite. You think that way, and here you are, training him in a ring to be potentially used as weapons. You push the unsettling thought away, deciding you can do a moral crisis in our time. For now, there's work to be done, and Gojo's a phase of them. However, leave is a beacon of hope. hope you couldn't take them. Then why did you decide to come back? For you. His eyes widen behind his sunglasses, surprise and something else forgotten in their depths. You realize just how that was sounded. You could continue. Trying to cover the slip. Principal Yaga asked me to come. I thought you'd be a pain in the butt. I mean, you are most of the time. Hey, but you're fun. I warned with you as well. I'll be a better teacher when I go back home. He falls silent in the course of decades. Fills the space between you. Expression turns to thoughtful, almost vulnerable. If I find a way to change the Jujutsu world, will you stay? Will you join me? That's impossible. How will you? His voice is earnest. Eyes shining with hope and determination. You don't want to be the one who crushes his spirit. Wipe away that look of pure belief. I'm sure. Even if it goes against the higher-ups. Besides, the weight of his expectations pressing down on you. It'll be hard to deal with. It's disappointment when you eventually go back to your clan, hidden from everything and everyone. Yes, he beams at you, his face lying up with you. Your heart skips a beat. Gojo, can I have a moment? You both turn to see a girl, probably first year, staying nervously nearby. She's brushing fiercely, her cheeks deep in crimson, while she clutches a letter to her chest. Her friends are lingering a short distance away, watching with eager anticipation. The truth is, I liked you for a long time. She steps forward, staying the letter towards Gojo. He takes it, his face impassive as he examines it. Please go out with me. Gojo smiles, a polite but distant expression. I really appreciate this, but I have a lot going on right now, and I can't give anyone the kind of attention they deserve. The girl's eyes fill with tears. She nods, her voice trembling. I understand. Thank you for listening. She turns and walks away to her friends, her head hung low. Her friends gather around, offering pats on her back and murmuring words of encouragement, praising her bravery for trying. Poor thing. Gojo shrugs and slips the letter into his pocket, as if this kind of confession is just another part of his daily routine. So, like we were saying, you're going to rebel against the higher-ups with me, right? You're going to annoy. It sounds really bad when he phrases it like that, but his realism and the idealism are hard to resist. Dreaming for a better world doesn't hurt, especially when it lights up his eyes like that. Fine, but if you tell the principal about this, I'm going to trap you in my domain forever. He grins, warning closer, his voice dripping in a playful whisper. You can trap me anytime, teacher. I just might. You love that, wouldn't you? His eyes widen in surprise. Yeah. For a different reason altogether. Definitely not for talkies. You didn't need to say it like that. With such a low, suggestive tone. It was supposed to sound like a joke. I have to go. Gojo, wait. But he's already gone. Disappearing before you could say anything more. Frustration bubbles inside you, and you throw the can into the trash with force. Cursing under your breath. Now you've done it, overstepping your boundaries, and made your student uncomfortable. What's wrong with you? You never bored out Indolinos like that. How is isolating yourself in your clan so far long crowded your judgment? Being attracted to him is one thing, but saying things like that is a whole different story. You sigh, passing a hand over your hawk face. Maybe leaving the clan to teach was a mistake. You need to apologize right now. You search for Gojo all over the school, but he's nowhere to be found. In the final attempt, you head to his room. Each step echoing your pounding heart. Just as you were about to poison a knock on his door, you heard him whisper your name from inside. Oh yeah, whisper talkies inside. Probably just gonna end it here for today. If you want my content, please subscribe, like the video,